Bruno Muraca. I'm the CEO of AFRM Claims Advocacy.
Okay. What does AFRM stand for?
Australian Financial Risk Management.
Okay. And how long have you been CEO of ACA?
Approximately 2 years, approaching 2 years now.
Okay. And how long have you been in the industry overall, Bruno?
Oh well, probably over 15 years.
Okay. So can you fill us in on the previous 13 years?
Yeah, for sure. Look, my last stint has been with AMP actually, for over 12 years there in actual fact. So so in various roles, everything from retention roles, heading up their marketing, corporate super, practice manager roles, so various roles.
Right, very good. Now we're going to come back to Australian Claims Advocacy, but before we do, we're just going to go back the other way a little further. Before you joined the industry, what were you doing?
Before I joined the industry, I did commerce at Melbourne Uni.
Okay.
I was fortunate enough to be part of a graduate program with Lend-Lease. And so I got myself into asset management and then finally moved into financial services.
Okay, so what's your background from school going onwards? What took you into commerce in the first place?
In actual fact, I wanted to be a teacher when I left school.
Okay.
But I realised I don't look good in cords and those jumpers with those patches on the arms, so
very funny.
I needed to change my occupation. In fairness, it was at a period of time, I'm from Melbourne, schools were being consolidated and there was a change in that sort of demography of schools and teachers. So I went back to a passion which was sort of finance and completed my commerce degree and moved on from there.
All right, so when you pictured being a teacher, did you picture that meant primary school or high school or even university?
It was primary school. I was 2 years into my course. I was primary school teaching.
All right, okay. Has that learning from those 2 years helped in any way with what your ultimate career has become?
Oh, absolutely. I think in working with advisors, it's about sort of coaching, learning from them, absorbing what they're saying and applying it to their business and also to wider businesses. And I think that's a big part of teaching. Teaching is as much about telling as it is about listening and applying. So absolutely. And in actual fact, even outside of work, I coach a football team. My son's under 10s football team.
Right.
And again, that's sort of the same sort of skill set of different personalities, different skill sets, different capabilities. How do we apply that and get the best outcome?
So there you go, because I was going to ask you what it's like, because our main audience is advisors. What's it like serving the needs and interests of advisors?
I love it. I'm passionate about advisors, the advisor businesses, and I think being at AMP for 12 years, distribution was a critical part. Really enjoy it because you do have varying levels of capability across advisors' experience. There's some really good stories. There's a lot of good that advisors do, and trying to not only build their business to a sustainable business, but also ensuring that their value proposition keeps pace with the industry was always very exciting for me.
So when you're not serving the interests of advisors, what are you doing, Bruno?
Well, it's interesting. As I said,
all coaching.
Coaching. So that's during the football season.
Right.
During the non-football season, I take more of a backward step and not as actively participate. But my son enjoys cricket as well, so I get involved there. I'm also involved in the local school. There's a program called Kids Matter, which is all about the connection of kids to school, ensuring that they're socially connecting and building upon their network, if you like, within the school community, and that's really important.
Do you ever have time to relax?
It's funny, when you're passionate about something, you're not thinking when you're continually working on things. But look, of course I do. I do enjoy the occasional break where I just leave the phone at home
Congratulations.
and keep away from it. But sometimes you do things and you don't feel as though they are work, if that makes sense.
Sure. So coming back to Australian Claims Advocacy, can you tell me a little bit about that and what it means to you?
Oh, look, our purpose in AFRM Claims Advocacy really is to balance the financial and the health outcomes of clients but also to restore some social responsibility to the industry. There's obviously a lot of noise at the moment that's creating a further trust deficit, if you like. So, for us, what's important is to work with the industry and advocate for clients to ensure that they have a great experience throughout the claim process. And that sense of purpose and contribution in their life is really important. So during that claim, how do we help them with that sense of purpose and contribution, which we call that return to wellness piece, is really, is certainly a strong purpose and a strong reason for doing what we do.
Okay, so do you have a particular message to advisors who may historically have said, the only person that's ever going to take care of their claim process is me? Are there alternatives for them that you've been able to establish over the last couple of years?
Yeah, look, it's really interesting, and I think Don Connolly said it yesterday really well. He talked about creating additional value and standing out, and demonstrating how clients should trust you and how you care for them. And we're seeing it more and more. Even if advisors have capability in claims, the administration side of it, the health side, the return to wellness piece, there's not too many advisors who have capability in that area. What we do with our capability in, our claim advocates have nursing, social work, psychology backgrounds. That enables us to be able to do more than the claim administration. And you ask most of your clients on claim, would they trade their check in for an improvement in their health? And I reckon we know the answer to that. So, like Don says, how do you want to show up? Do you want to give them the best, or do you want to give them a mediocre experience?
Okay, well that's an interesting message and a different message, at least an option for advisors.
Absolutely.
And in terms of your future, business-wise and personal, what's going on?
Well, look, our business-wise, we're very clear. Our 5-year plan is to become the preferred partner across Australia and New Zealand for advisors, for clients, for insurers and licensees, and balancing out that financial and health outcome. Personally, we spent 6 weeks last year in Italy, southern Italy, through Puglia, beautiful part of the world. And
that doesn't have anything to do with your surname at all?
It does have a lot to do, although I should say, I didn't actually go to where my family's from, which is controversial in itself. So, but that said, I'd love to experience that again. I enjoyed it, but I think that ability to bring the family together and experience a different culture was amazing.
Well, that sounds pretty brilliant and a great place to finish. Best wishes for your business and personal pursuits in the future, Bruno Muraca, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Peter.